Welcome back to another episode. Today we're actually going to get our garden together. I've got my little helper here, Bohannon. We'll say hey.
Hey.
He's going to help me get all of everything situated today. Today we're going to add some more amendments. I've got my Azomite, the Kelp that I talked so much about, and also our Alfalfa meal. So behind us, we're going to get all of this tilled back in. Now there is some foliage still there. Once we get it into our garden, it will break down. It will have some trace minerals as well, so it's no need to get all that out. We've already gotten most of the weeds out, so today we're going to get everything prepped. All right, buddy, you ready to get to work? All right, let's do it. Everybody want to grab a rake? All right, we're going to put our Azomite in first. This is all of our trace minerals we're going to add back into here.
Can I move the box out of the way?
Yeah, you can move the box. Also, the application rate on this is roughly like 3 pounds per 100 square feet. So I'm going to put about half this in this 6x12. So our alfalfa meal is roughly 2 to 3 pounds per 100 square feet. I'm going to put this whole box in there. It's really hard to overdo it with alfalfa meal. So we're going to do the whole box. What do we got next? Got some kelp meal next. Kelp meal is going to be those B vitamins that helps with any kind of stress that our plants are going to go through. Application on this is nowhere near as much, like 1 pound per 100 square feet. Again, it's hard to overdo it, but you can. So we're just going to do a half a bag of this in the 6x12. And one thing that sometimes I edit, sometimes I don't, I end up having a bottle of this that was just left over. It hasn't completely gone bad yet, but it's called Subculture B, which is a lot of just microorganisms, beneficial bacteria, beneficial fungus. This is not something that you have to add. Once we get into that K and F side, when we start doing IMOs, that's your indigenous microorganisms, where you can make all of your own. So it's not necessary to buy this stuff to put it into your garden, but it will help all that microbial activity in there. So what we're going to do, I'm going to use probably half of this can for one bed and half for the other one. So we're just going to give it a little sprinkle, kind of get it inoculated in there. All right, now to the fun part of mixing all this stuff together. You ready? typically when I do my tomatoes, I try to space them out as much as possible because these things do get big. So typically, I used to do 3 row. It was just way too many. So in this bed right here, I'm basically just going to do 8 tomato plants and fill this thing up. And then I've got another bed where I'll do herbs and leafy greens and cucumbers and all that stuff. Get your hands dirty? Yeah. You tell everybody thanks for joining us, and this is how I typically get my garden ready every year. Now, as the season does progress, I will use more nutrients. I like this one stuff. We'll throw a name out there. I don't usually like to advertise, but Fox Farm has this tomato vegetable one that's pretty solid that has that alfalfa meal. It's got kelps in it. It's got castings. It's got guano. It's got beneficials. Typically, once my tomatoes get about yay tall, I'll start adding it every 10 to 14 days. So that way I constantly have nutrients that are breaking down and feeding my plants, which is by far the easiest organic way on a bed this size, especially on I got a couple 6x12s. You don't need to keep mixing all these amendments. One bag will kind of just fix everything for you, and it keeps everything nice and happy and healthy. Well, Bo, I am so glad that you came and helped me out. Can you tell everybody thanks for joining in?
Thanks for joining.
All right, y'all have a good one, and we'll keep up to date with how this garden's going throughout this season. I appreciate you guys.